Okay. Uh-oh. Hi guys! Hold on one second. Let me check something because you know I always have to have technical difficulty, right? Hold on. Let me see if I can do this and then I'll see what you guys are posting. Let's see if that works. Yay! Hey guys! Hey, but oh, you know what? I just realized I left Cody somewhere because I wasn't expecting to stream. So I'm going to get Cody real quick and bring Cody in here. Or actually, I'm going to leave Cody where he is. And if he causes any kind of trouble, then I will bring Cody out. What do you guys think about that? So we are going to talk about today something very important that has come up on Parrot Station. I want to get something situated here for us. Yay! Okay, guys, how are you? Let me just check on Cody because, you know, he's like the naughtiest of my birds right now. So, Cody, you're pretty good for staying there like that. You're a pretty good bird. Yeah, you're good. I can't believe you stayed there. Okay. Hi, guys, how are you? Today, for those of you who don't know, we have a Facebook page called Parrot Station. Look at my backdrop here. And on Parrot Station, if you guys are not members of Parrot Station, you don't have to do anything except ask to join on Facebook. I can see a lot of your problems and things that you guys have questions about, and then I can try and help you. So, I saw that we have a question on Parrot Station today by Lisa, I believe. Hold on, guys. Let me just make sure. I just got so busy doing all of this stuff that I want to make sure I have everything correct. Yes, by Lisa, right, Lisa? So, Lisa Smith, I see you. Okay, I see you there. So, we have a question from Lisa, and the reason I wanted to answer it on live chat is because I have actually had the same problem, and that's one reason I thought it would be a great topic for a discussion. And the second reason I wanted to discuss it on a live chat is because typing just gets my wrists like so bad after a while. I'm just like, carpal tunnel. So let's talk about Lisa's question. Lisa has a Goffin Cockatoo that is about 5 months old. Is that right, Lisa? I'm looking out for your messages. So I think she said that the cockatoo is 5 months old. You know what, guys? I should be very accurate on this, so just give me a second. Is a year old. Simba is a year old. And she has hand-raised Simba and hand-fed him. And over Christmas, her son walked through the house in a hoodie, and it scared Simba so bad that Simba was terrified of her son. Then about 2 months ago, she was playing with Simba, and her son walked through the door, and Simba ran through the doggy door. And, of course, Lisa tried to grab the bird, and the bird has been scared of her ever since. So we know that Simba is a year old, and since she hand-raised him, we're assuming that he had him for a year, or like 6 months. Great. So I just want to let you know there's a tiny bit of delay, just the tiniest bit of delay between the chat and me seeing your questions. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. But now that we have all that squared away, I am ready to go. So I want to tell you a story, Lisa, because I want to make you feel better. And then together we can try and figure out if there have been any things that have changed for Simba. So the first thing I want to do is start by telling you a story of Jersey. You guys know Jersey. She's our umbrella cockatoo. And George. Jersey is bonded to George. And when Jersey was about 5 years old, out of the blue, it seems like she did not want George to touch her. She was afraid of his hands. Like, it was heartbreaking for George. She would see George and she would go, like, just freak out as if, like, we brought a stick near her. Of course, George has never done anything to attack Jersey or anything like that. It was the oddest behavior. And I was distraught, because he was distraught. So I did everything I could to find out what was going on. Around that time, we had rescued Rocky. But Rocky had been in there for a little while, so it wasn't like a few weeks before or a few months before. Rocky had been there for a good amount of time, less than a year, let's say. But Rocky was also beginning to bond to George. And at first I was like, listen, like, she is seeing you with Rocky, maybe it's that. And I remember a moment when Jersey used to climb up the stair rail, as you guys might have seen in our videos. And one day, Rocky climbed up the stairwell and George picked up Rocky. The next day, Jersey was mad at George. So I said, listen, this is a change for the bird. You have now given attention to somebody else. You really need to come in and do what I talked about greeting Jersey first and making sure she knows you're her number one. Well, he would do that, but she just got worse and worse. She would have a day occasionally where she would decide it's fine to be friends with him, and she would also let him kiss her. So if you said, Jersey, can I have a kiss? She would be so sweet. She'd give a kiss, but then she'd be like, don't touch me. So after a few months, I was like, this is a little bit weird. And I got this idea. I said, you know what? We need to go get Jersey a brand new stand. Now, if you guys have seen the stands in our house, we have one that is totally chewed up by Rocky and has been replaced with the wood and all sorts of stuff. And Rocky can, like, eat the new wood literally in a matter of days. So that stand also looks pretty torn up. And then we have the beautiful big stands with the manzanita tree that Jersey and Picasso stand on, and now Cody likes to stand on it. So what happened was this. I had this idea. I thought, you know what? That stand that Rocky is on used to be Jersey's. And it's not that we took it away from Jersey. In fact, Rocky used to only stand on it at night, so Jersey didn't really see him stand on it. And Rocky knew that he couldn't have it until Jersey went to bed. And it was at the time when Rocky still wasn't, like, fully integrated into the house, so he didn't really want to hang out on a stand. He kind of was really into being next to his cage. So what happened was, I got this idea. I said, you know what? She knows that he is on her stand, and she feels like everything is being taken away from her. I just had this feeling. So we went to the bird store and got this huge stand. Now, the guy in the bird store said that it would be a good idea if we gave the big stand to Rocky because, you know, Rocky's a bigger bird. And I was like, yeah, okay. But then in the car, I was like, we're not going to do that. We're going to give the big, amazing stand to Jersey because she deserves a new stand. And I want her to feel like she got something new. And if we give it to Rocky, he's going to destroy it anyway. And you guys know these things are like $300 or $400. So we came home and I said, you give it to her. And at first she acted like she didn't want to go near the stand. And then she stepped up on it. This was in the evening. I carried this thing home, guys, in my Mini Cooper. Because everyone says, oh my God, what can you do with a small car? Well, when the roof comes down, you can put the big things in a small car. And so it was late at night. We pulled this thing out. And Jersey stood on it. The next morning, I woke her up. And she spoke to George again. It was like something had changed that she felt like the behavior was changing towards her. She felt like there was something different. Now, of course, this story is not going to apply 100% to you, Lisa, but I thought that what we could do is together try to figure out if anything has changed. So, I know that you had those moments when your son walked in with a hoodie. And I know you had that moment where you chased your bird. But we need to also figure out if the placement of her cage has changed, if she used to have a favorite food or a favorite treat and they were changed, if you used to wear a certain nail polish and now she doesn't like that nail polish, or you didn't wear nail polish at all. What you have to do is seriously think any single thing that is different. Did somebody new come to visit that is staying there? Did somebody leave? So there's going to be a little bit of delay in the chat, but I'm going to be looking out for any of your comments, Lisa, about that. And when I see those, I can work with you to figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through other options. Maybe there's a new person in your life. Maybe your son wasn't staying with you before and now he is. All of these things, any of these changes, they can make a huge change in your bird's behavior. And one way to change this is, or to help this along, is to make a huge deal out of your bird when you see your bird. So when you come home and you see Simba, make sure you go straight to the cage, open it. Whether Simba wants to be with you or not, I understand what it looks like. They are frightened of your hands. I know exactly. Jersey does this with Jenna, yet she wants to stare at Jenna all day. Sometimes she does it with Jenna, and I discovered that if Jenna came in and said hi to the dogs first, or made a bigger deal out of the dog, then she is going to get really, really upset. So analyze your behavior. Are you saying hi to her right away? Are you going to your computer or your phone right away when you come home? You need to let her see over a period of time that that you are putting her first, or him first. I don't know why I said her. Simba could be a girl or a guy. Okay, so let's see. The only big thing is my son, and oh my goodness, he is scared of Cody. Cody was Simba's second favorite until the hoodie incident. Oh my God. Yeah, you know, like we don't know. These are things that scare the birds that we can't predict. So the first thing I want you to know is don't worry. It's not your fault. There's no way you could have known. And maybe it wasn't the hoodie. Like, it could have been the hoodie. That's a really good guess. But there's always a chance that it is not the hoodie. Does your son still wear hoodies? Does he wear a shirt color that looks like that hoodie if it is the hoodie? We have to be aware of those things. Oh, I just figured something out that maybe I can... Okay, maybe I'll put this right here. This chat actually might be going faster. So I'm figuring it out slowly. So there are things like that. I don't think, maybe from this video right now, we might not come to 100% conclusion, but definitely from this video, we can come up with some ideas for you to think about changes, and definitely we can go over what to do. So the first thing you obviously want to do is go home straight away, walk through the door straight to that cage, open it up. You don't have to grab or go for Simba. You just have to let Simba know that she can hang out. If she doesn't have a nice new stand, or I mean, if she already has a stand, that's fine. But maybe if you don't have a stand for her, maybe get her a stand as like a gesture, like, hey, I want to find a way for you to be with me all the time. It sounds like she was so attached to you that maybe she didn't have a stand before. Maybe she didn't need one, and maybe a stand would be a good idea. Oh, okay. Simba will hear Cody down the hall and freak out. Wow. So here's the thing. Maybe you and Cody, maybe she's really jealous of your bonding with Cody. Now, don't forget that birds go through hormonal times. We went over this before, and I probably should have said this earlier in the video, but it is that season. I don't know how long has Simba been like this, because it is the season of hormonal activity. It is the season that they're going to get insanely jealous. I mean, Rocky is even aggressive towards me right now. all the birds that love me are aggressive towards other people right now in the house. If anybody comes in and shows any affection towards my sister Jenna, then Jersey is very aggressive towards them and very upset. So keep in mind that it is breeding season, and maybe your bird is getting hormonal in terms of coming into her puberty, his puberty, earlier than other birds, because some birds, bigger birds, start getting that hormonal behavior at around 2 years old. If that is happening for your bird, then they may actually view you as their parent that they don't want around while they are going through that period. However, the fact that your bird is really upset at CODY is really telling, and I would say that you're probably right, it is about CODY. Maybe if there's a way for CODY to interact with Simba the same way I'm talking about for you to make a deal. Maybe your bird is mad at CODY. Maybe since your bird Simba loved CODY so much, maybe there was something that CODY did in as far as showing affection. Maybe CODY got a girlfriend. I'm not sure how old CODY is, but maybe CODY, has been bringing a best friend around, and maybe that is upsetting your bird. And so maybe your bird is just mad at CODY hormonally and in a jealous way, and not in a scary way, that can happen too. So if, 19, Lisa, does CODY have a girlfriend or a recent new girlfriend or a new best friend at all? Look at you. This is my CODY. I'm not sure how long the delay is on this, but so Lisa says that her son is 19. So this could be the time that maybe there was somebody new in CODY's life, and that's upsetting. Not at this time. Okay, so maybe there's something emotionally going on with CODY too. Not bad, just maybe different. Maybe different that your bird is picking up on. It could be, I'll tell you another thing. Cockatoos can be really sensitive about hyperactive people. Not that they're hyperactive in a bad way. Jersey will sometimes pluck if somebody comes into the house, like George, in a hurry. And he means no bad, like not in an angry hurry, just like, oh my God, I gotta go to work, da da da. So maybe if CODY's schedule changed, or CODY has more pressure with school, or things like that, that could also be something that affects CODY. We had to start behaving really calm around Jersey, not excitable. Even if we're really excited and it has nothing to do with any negative energy, Jersey can get very nervous. So if somebody comes into the house and is like, oh my God, I forgot that I had to go to the store and now I just remembered, that will make Jersey get very upset. So don't feel bad that you grabbed him. I totally understand what you did. I mean, look, there's no way you could have known. Your bird didn't have this behavior before, right? And this is how difficult cockatoos and birds are, and this happens to a lot of people. You just have to take the steps to work towards gaining your bird's trust back. And that's really going to be through, if your bird is easily spooked, through not moving around too fast, not showing the bird if you have anxiety, tell CODY to do the same. Okay, so yeah, Lisa, so Simba's a nervous bird, so is Jersey. And nervous birds are prone to that kind of change. So, so remember, just try to always have like a calm behavior around them. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a nervous state. You can also give your bird some rescue remedy, which you can get at Whole Foods, and some Avicom, which is for birds. I like to give Jersey Avicom, and I noticed that that's a huge help to Jersey. It's a powder that you order online, and you put it in his water at night, and it calms their nerves, because ultimately this comes from emotional behavior, emotions, sensitivities. So you want to kind of adjust their hormones like that. So that is a good thing. Also, make sure to introduce your bird to new treats and new things that maybe they haven't seen before that they can only get from you, and act as if you're taming your bird from the beginning. Meaning, I don't know why I keep calling it. I'm assuming your bird's a male because you named him Simba. It just resembles Jersey so much, and I feel like the females are so hormonal and sensitive. And it's stressful too, because a lot of people that don't frequent my channel but frequent a video or pass by a video will be like, oh my god, what happened to your bird? You torture her. And that's not what happens. Jersey is super, super sensitive, and any kind of movement that anyone comes in will get her going, and you got to make sure that your bird is well fed, well taken care of. She has Avicom. He has Avicom. He has, you could try some hemp seeds. They're for birds, by the way. Whenever I hear that, I'm like, what do you mean? But hemp seeds, you can order them online for your bird. And Rescue Remedy, it's a Whole Foods, it's sold in Whole Foods and places like that. You can put it in the water. These are all things to calm the nerves of the bird, and you can also, of course, greet your bird first. Make a big deal out of your bird. Do not go to any dogs, and don't go to your son first. Just make sure that this bird knows. You have 3 other birds. Ooh, okay, I get you. So when you come home, don't go to those other birds, no matter what their pecking order is. Keep their pecking order, but make Simba be first right now, because Simba feels like something has changed. Even if you moved to the other bird's cages, or the other bird got to share a toy, or, maybe Simba had a favorite toy and another bird ate it. Like, all these things you have to think of and replace anything that went missing. So, that is my advice from you. I'm going to see if anyone else has any questions. Of course, Lisa, you can keep typing in, because if you have any other questions, I will totally address them. Let's see, Twee Wolf. All right, I was planning on saving a lot of money, $600, so I can buy the cage and stuff if I can convince them. I also plan on calculating the cost. Unfortunately, I didn't see the previous part of that. I love your vids, Daniel. Thank you so much. Wow, an umbrella, a ringneck, and a conure. Oh, they can be, like, for example, Picasso is no laid-back bird. I mean, he looks very laid-back every time he's on me, but Picasso right now has decided he's #1 pecking order, and he really is, because he was the second bird after George. So he gets very upset if, he's always mad at Cody. So I have to be really careful to go to him first, because their hearts are so fragile, just in general, like in their emotions. They're very, very emotional. I really want a bird. I've been doing a lot of research. I want to get a cockatiel for my first, but I'm only 14, so I have to ask. Any tips to convince my parents to get me a bird? I had the same problem. The best way to convince your parents to get them a bird is show them bird videos, show them cockatiels online, show them how much you've researched, save up the money yourself, save up the money for the cage. Those kind of things will really help. I got a bird. My dad did not want to get me a bird. He was convinced to get me a bird when he realized that they aren't caged. Sometimes people don't want to get birds and animals that they think are going to be caged. So you really have to convince your father of that. Oh, Lisa says that Simba is her #1 bird. So Yeah, if Simba's your number one bird, just continue making sure Simba's the number one bird. More toys, new stands, all sorts of different things that are just for Simba. Believe me, they know. It's not like they're like, they don't know, oh, they didn't get something new from you. See, that's the funny thing, is they know these things. Also, it says you said you took him in the car shopping and everything. That was another thing. Jersey gets car sick. And in the beginning, George was taking her to a lot of places. And when he realized that he couldn't do that because she got so violently carsick all the time, I think that upset her a little bit too. Do you think it will help to move Simba to my bedroom? You know what, I do. I really do think so. If I feel like one of my birds is being extra sensitive, I completely isolate them and I bring them upstairs. I have a spare cage, but you can move the whole cage in there. Just make sure that if you're not in your bedroom the most of the day, like if you are in your kitchen hanging out, that Simba comes down with you. Figure out a way to get Simba down, because, or if you have a one story, just out of your bedroom, because the last thing you want to do is make sure Simba is isolated by accident. So I think it would be a great idea, actually. I think that's really great. Okay, yeah, so do that. Okay, let's see. Anthony, I have two giant black cockatoos that always fight. Any tips? Well, I would say make sure that you investigate if they're fighting over something. Sometimes it's territorial. It's like you need to have two separate stands, two separate cages. If one has a toy, the other's got to have a toy. Make sure you're giving them equal attention. Generally, when my birds fight, it's because they feel like it's territorial. So Picasso will literally knock CODY, off of the stand, because Picasso's like, this is my stand. Winter Blackwind, you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much. That really, really means a lot to me. I love it. You think he will be taken care of? He thinks he will be taken care of 24/7 instead of me. Yeah. Okay, Samantha, can you talk about conures? I love conures. I think they're great first birds right next to cockatiels. I think they are great because they're a little bit cuddlier than, say, a mustache parakeet or a ringneck. It's so easy to fall in love with a conure. They got amazing personality. They have such a big personality in a little bird. I mean, you wouldn't believe how a little conure can totally rule your house. I think conures are great. If you have a specific question about conures, let me know. You have separate things for both. So when do they fight, Anthony? Because are they in the cage together or just like in general? They're probably both just vying for your attention, and you might just need to separate the times that you're giving them attention. We are getting 3 kittens. How should I introduce my cockatoo and cockatiel to them? Well, here's the thing. My birds are the most fragile. A lot of times people are like, oh, my dog's just going to play with your bird, or my dog just wants to play. Yes, your dog just wanting to play can break my bird's neck. His intentions are not the problem. Him knowing that he needs to stay away from the bird or never go for the bird is what's most important. So what I always do when I want to introduce my birds to any kind of other animal is I bring the dog and the bird together with myself having a firm grip on the bird, knowing that the bird is safe, and I test how the dog or cat wants to pounce. If they want to pounce like crazy, then I back up. And then we try it again, and I let them know, no, this is not something that they can do, and they're going to get in trouble. The great thing is dogs are really good with no. Birds are not, but dogs are. Then I let the bird touch the dog's nose, so the dog knows that the beak could potentially be sharp. Not bite him, but like, just like the bird, like go for him a little bit. And then I kind of put the bird down. You got to gauge all this. You know your dog, you know your bird, how how excitable the dog and bird is at the time. Now, just because you've introduced them when you're holding one doesn't mean the dog or cat will not chase the bird when the bird flies. So you also have to test that. You have to go through it while they're walking around on the floor. So with each cat separately, I would totally hold the bird in front. And if the cat is a kitten, I think they're going to get so used to the bird. I mean, just integrate them right away. There is not much that a tiny little kitten can do for some big birds, but just keep them together and let the cat know that the bird is dangerous. And when they think the bird is dangerous and the bird is not really dangerous, then they'll just kind of start getting along. Would you recommend a book or a website all about your rose-breasted Galah? You know what? There are these books called, you guys might have seen them in the bird stores. They're just kind of like each bird individually. I can look up a link and find a link to the version of the Galah Cockatoo, but I think like the best way to get experience with these birds is to be with them. Of course, I admire you guys so much for reading up on these birds before you get them, because that's so important. And reading up is important. It's going to give you a lot of ideas for food and care and behavior. But by watching YouTube videos of people with these types of birds and the birds acting in their natural behavior, I think that's the best way. One thing you guys need to remember about the rose-breasted cockatoos is they can be very moody. So I can have Vinny with me kissing me for like 20-30 minutes, and then suddenly he's like, his behavior changes, and like he doesn't like attack me, but like he wants to go back, and I need to put him back because he could get aggressive towards others. In fact, everyone in the house is scared of him, and I joke, oh, you guys are afraid of like a little pink cockatoo, but if he flies and lands on you, he used to like bite really bad. So if he got scared, it was dangerous, but he is so much better now. So just keep in mind that about those cockatoos specifically. Not that they all bite, but they do get moody, and they do have a thing for like shoes and like chasing your feet around. Tips for Paint Me Galaxy, a bird that is afraid of flying. Almost all of my birds are afraid of flying because when I got them all, they were all wing clipped and they weren't confident in their flying skills. So the best thing that you can do is to let their wings grow out. And when their wings grow out, even then they can fly very awkwardly. And make sure that their wings are trimmed evenly. If anyone didn't trim your bird's wings evenly, I don't know, back in the day someone was like, people were trying to trim them like one wing and not the other. That's so bad. Your bird, everything has to be even. So keep that in mind. And then as your bird's wings grow, practice fly to me, you know, like flight training your bird. Have a treat somewhere, let them go a little bit farther. Sometimes they'll be more afraid to fly up or more afraid to fly down, or, you know, you got to make sure things aren't blocking them in the way. Know their behaviors like that. So that is one thing. What else? And then when they fly, they're just going to get more and more confident in it. So it's just a matter of time with them knowing that they fly. Julie, do you think you're taking your bird outside on a harness is safe? If so, what are the brands that you think are good to use? So here's the thing. If your bird is terrified of the harness, you're going to have to do some preparation before you just like slap one on the bird. I'm very scared of cockatoos and heart attacks. They get really scared. Bye, Daniel. They get scared easily. So if my bird is afraid of a harness, then I need to work gradually with your bird. The way you do that is you keep the harness nearby when the bird is in his cage or when the bird is outside. Let them go over. A bird eventually is going to go play with everything. So, but if you just put something there, they might be scared of it if you're going to put something on them. Let them see it. Let them know about it. Same with like flight suits. You can hang them on their cage like a little piece of their own laundry that is just done, and let them see it for a while so they know that they're not scared of it. So I know that Avian Fashions, I think, has harnesses. I can get you guys some links to harnesses for birds. And make sure you get the right size because the size is really, really important. I like the harnesses that are kind of like for the smaller birds, they're kind of like soft fabric suits, and then they have kind of like a leash on them. And if you have a bigger bird, you could totally get the one with the rope. Yeah, Ellie leaves the radio on for your bird. That's great. I love doing that. What are some tips about owning a bird? I recently just got a conure and I love him so much. Andrew, isn't it crazy? Like how much love you can have for a bird. I don't know what it is. Like I love my dogs, but birds are just different. They're like having little humans, you know? So, what tips are you looking for? Anything specific? I mean, I would say do what you're doing. Give your bird as much attention as possible. You know, make sure that you don't reward bad behavior and don't make a big deal out of bad behavior too, because birds are like, I always call them serial killers. They will do bad things just to get your attention. Like they don't care. So remember that. Oh, hi, Lori. Lisa Santina was nervous and kind of depressed around the rest of her previous owner's flock, so this behavior may be because Simba thinks you're not keeping him protected from the others. Yeah, that's really good. Daniel, thank you so much. I'm crying. You're my favorite YouTuber. I'll miss you. Thank you for inspiring me to get birds. You're so welcome. I'm really happy that you have birds. I think, like, sometimes I think I'm lucky that I discovered birds when I was younger, because not like people can go through their whole life never knowing that birds behave the way we know that birds behave, and like so it's just a stroke of luck that one day at 7 years old I got introduced to a cockatiel. Like it's just the weirdest thing that people don't know about birds. Like I can't even, like, there are dogs, cats as common pets, and then there are birds, and birds are like, I mean, I know people that have dogs and are obsessed with their dogs and then get a bird and they're like, what? I never thought I could love something so much. And you know how people love their dogs. It's just unbelievable. Lisa, thank you for taking the time. I've been watching your tips from the beginning and you do so much good for bird owners. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I try my best. Sometimes I remember things later that I'm like, oh my God, I should have told you. And there's so much to tell you. That's why I wanted to do a live with you, because I thought maybe it will help someone else. What are good dimensions, Samantha, for a conure cage? So I wish I knew dimensions off the top of my head, because I'm not good with measurements, but it depends too if it's on a stand. I like the ones that are on stands, like they've got rolling legs. I love that. And I love them to be, for a conure, like at least this big. I know it's weird because you're seeing my hands, but just imagine like how tall I am. And generally all my cages come up to at least 5 feet. They got to, because they're so like up to my head and I'm 5'4". That doesn't mean they're, you know, floor to ground. They have legs, but you want to make sure that basically you want to get the biggest cage you can afford, and it's really the bars that are important. So you don't want to get the huge bars that are for macaws, because if your conure can get his head through it, that's dangerous. But you don't want to get those tiny bars for like budgies and things like that. You want to get the bars that are kind of like about this far apart. I gotta make you guys some cage videos. In the meantime, what I might try to do is put together a document and put it on Parrot Station with a link to the cages that I think are good for each bird. It's gonna take me some work, but I really need to do this now. Just also remember that they're not always going to be the exact cages I have, because I got mine on Craigslist and things like that. But over my lifetime, and also my brother is constantly ordering things off Amazon for his birds, stands that I don't even happen to have, I can find things that I may not have and recommend them for you guys. So I'm going to do that for you guys, because I really feel like that is a question that has been going on so much lately. Michelle C., I don't know what your previous comment is. I see that they grabbed your bird with a towel to get him in a carrier and he's acting traumatized. He did eat oranges and bananas for me, but was still a bit nippy. Just going to be patient, take it slow. Yeah, just the easiest way to make your bird forget about anything that they've had going is to like be with your bird. You know, the birds get accidentally traumatized all the time, and you can't always blame yourself. We try to do the best thing that we can for our birds, and that's the most important thing. And if you learn that there's things that they can't handle, then you know, around 2.5 by 5 feet, Samantha. Definitely 5 feet tall, and maybe like 3.5 feet, something like that. Samantha, that's awesome. Would it be okay to keep the cage at school, or would that be neglecting the bird? I'm in middle school. I want a bird badly, but I don't want to give it a bad life. Okay, so Tvi, when you're at school, when I was a kid, I had a cockatiel, and I woke up in the morning, ate breakfast with him, and I went to school until like 3 o'clock. And no one else was home because my brother went to school, and my mom was also working in a school, so we all came home at the same time. But when we came home, that bird got so much attention. I don't think that bird was in the cage at all. So he probably got into his routine, and he got a good rest time when he was in school. So I would say if you're willing to give your bird like 100% attention, I mean shower with your bird, homework with your bird, TV with your bird, snack with your bird. Wow, I just gave myself a craving for popcorn in a movie. I have no idea why. Anyway, I'm imagining sitting with the birds. That's the best time for me to be with all the birds, by the way, guys, is like when I'm watching a movie. Because, like, look, Cody can be here, Picasso could be here, then Jersey could be here, Rocky's on his stand, and then, you know, they're all everywhere, and Vinny is, like, chasing my sister or me, you know, so, yeah. My African gray screams when he's out of his cage, and he will start saying hi to my other birds, and they all start to talk to each other, and all you hear is a huge conversation. That is so cute. I love it. I love it. Lena, you want a pet? Well, consider a bird. Nice, cute bird. That's nothing ever wrong with that. Teresa, I saved my bird. He was yelling, help me, and I had to save him. I love him to death. I love you guys. I love the way you love your birds. Because, like, you know what's funny? If I was to look for a community myself of bird lovers, it would be like, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just weird because, like, you want someone to talk to birds about, and then, like, I accidentally created my own community of bird lovers, and it feels so good because I just love people that love birds. Oh my God, Jub's Moose, check this out. Those kisses are from Ontario, okay? And they are from Jub's Moose. What do you think about that? I hope I pronounced that right, but don't worry, he felt the kiss. Lisa loves birdie and TV time. Samantha, I had my parakeets in a big flight cage. They loved it. Oh my God, that's so amazing. I need to get something for outside where, like, they can get a lot more sun during the day. Rocky gets a lot of sun, but I can only take kind of like one at a time, so I'm watching them all. Tvi, I would do everything with my bird. I would love him so much. I know you would. You know how I know? Because you're right here, right now. That's how I know. So I hope you get your bird. Danita, hello. Jennifer, a burb. Yay, Jennifer, birds. Ellie, hi Ellie. Natty, my mom thinks it's weird how much I love my bird. I know. You know what? My mom is the least bird lover out of everyone in our family. She thinks they're cute. But she is like of the mentality of like, how did I get a bunch of grandbirds and no grandchildren? And she's like always on that subject, so it's kind of funny. My mother is terrified of my son Conyer. Jennifer, you know what? My mother is scared of our cockatoo Ty because Ty's behavior changed towards her. She used to be Ty's best friend. I swear we got Ty for her. And then you know, Ty's behavior changed towards her. So I totally get it. It's hard to do. It's hard to improve how somebody feels about a bird besides taking that time to introduce them to the bird and them taking the time to bond with the bird. So there's no quick fix for that besides the other person really bonding with the bird themselves and taking that time. Andrew, what should I do if he attacks everybody that comes to my house besides me? Andrew, remind me again what kind of bird you had. I forgot. Lisa, is it okay to take birds to my pool? In the pool or just around the pool? I'd say as long as you're outside and safe with the birds, then it's fine. I act like I put the birds in the pool. One time we tried to get Rocky's like little feet in the pool. I actually have video of him like skimming the pool and flying out and walking away all upset about it. Just thought like it would cool his little footsies outside, and it wasn't, we have like the pool, our pool is kind of lame in the way that it's like more of a sitting pool. Like it gets deep, but like it has stairs that are really long before, so I guess so kids don't drown or something. Where's Rocky Balboa? Rocky is downstairs, hanging out with George, who's his favorite, as you guys know. How do you take them outside so they don't fly off? How? Well, if I'm taking them, Rocky, it's hard to explain. Rocky is outside all the time. He doesn't really go anywhere, although you guys did watch my Storytime Sunday where Rocky flew away and I found him from Texas. If you guys haven't watched that story, you should watch it because there's a lot of good info on how to find your bird. Of course, there are leashes for your birds. And then there are, if your bird is wing clipped, then that's easy to take him outside. If your bird is not wing clipped, you got to be really careful. You really got to have like a leash or a flight suit for your bird, because the problem is that even if you know your bird so well and he's not going to fly, anything else outside circumstances can make your bird scared, and that's what you have to be prepared for. So keep that in mind. Is it a good idea to pet emo with no experience of birds? Sunny. Yeah, I mean, just go for it. Just bond with a bird. Just like get to know the bird. Do whatever boundaries the bird lets you, whatever the bird lets you do. Jennifer, I take Peaches in her carrier. I would like to take her outside since she is always inside. Get some air and sun. Yeah, guys, I forgot. If you guys have those carriers, the backpack for birds, those are amazing. You could go around and feel very confident that your bird is not going to get out of there and just take your bird around. I take Jersey around a lot. She obviously doesn't fly, as you guys know. Very scary about Rocky getting lost. I know. That was so nerve-wracking. Nellie, is it okay to have your bird outside if it's a little bit cold? It depends on the temperature drop. So, for example, birds do not do well with like a 10-degree difference in temperature. So they don't do well with drafts. Drafts are dangerous. You don't want to like, let's say, I mean, we live in Los Angeles, so it's always kind of like warm and consistent temperature. But I used to live in New Jersey, and like if it was, heated inside and suddenly a door or window open, like sending a draft, the difference in temperature is really bad for your bird. And you don't want your bird to be cold. The bird should always be warm. These parrots all come from warm countries. Glad you all got him back. Thank you. My bird Angel loves to watch your videos with me. I'm so excited. I love hearing about birds watching TV. Birds either are good with watching videos or they're not, and meaning like they have an interest in what's on screen. Jersey once saw George on screen after he died, and there was a picture of him on my wall, and she got so excited, and when he said, "Can I have a kiss?" she went up and kissed the screen, and then she tried to go behind my computer to look for him. Till this day, she'll do it. It's very sad, though. And then she tried to climb my computer to see if he was in the wall, because the picture of him that I had is a picture of him in a wall, because, like, in a cement block that he was hanging out in. So, yeah. Daniel's back. Hi, Daniel. Elaine, my 26-year-old umbrella boy sleeps with me and is a fussy eater. No favorite treats. He bites when cranky, too much attention for me. Do you think I can add another bird? I don't know, Elaine. I'll tell you what. If you've got a 26-year-old cockatoo that is attached to you, I don't know that you would even want to add another bird. I don't know what you can handle, but I think cockatoos need so much attention. Jersey obviously was the third bird at the time, and then these other birds are rescues. I don't know. I feel like this bird is bonded to you and loves you so much. You don't want to take the chance that the bird gets traumatized. And believe me, I know it's so easy to like love all the birds. That's the thing with being a bird lover, is like any bird you just want to take home. It's different than being a dog lover. It's like, these are my dogs, I love them. But like with birds, you're like, oh my God, I want an experience with an African gray. I want an experience with all these different kinds of birds. But I would say your cockatoo is fulfilling you enough. But look, I don't know, you might bond with another bird and want to bring him home, but I just, you know, I've seen birds even start plucking if the other bird plucks, or like if they're not getting attention, so I would just be a little bit careful. The good news is that your cockatoo's already 26 years old, so he's gone through already those kind of, you know, major hormonal years, but still. Can I have a chinchilla and a bird? I'm sure you can. Definitely. Jennifer, is it a dominance thing whenever my bird gets on my head? Well, you never really want them to be higher than you because they can get very dominant, and birds already are not exactly like dogs in the fact that they're trying to please you. I mean, they think that you're there to please them. Right, baby? Except Picasso. Picasso pleases me all the time by just sitting and letting me sniff him. Right, baby? Yeah. So that is something to consider. But I try not to let the birds stay on my head. I think it's better that they get used to being in my hands or on my shoulder. Are conures really tame? If so, how can I train one? Well, Samantha, the thing is that it's all about, it's not about like, any bird can be tame. It's just about how you tame them. And training a bird is a lot of work. And it's really about giving them attention, giving them love, and including them in everything you do, and of course hand feeding them. And those are the things that are going to make your bird love you. So yes, they can get really tame, but you could also get a bird that is not tame at all. Marlene, did your husband or previous boyfriends get jealous of your attention to the birds? Not really. I kind of converted every ex I've ever had into a bird lover. And I think most of them ended up with birds by themselves. I wouldn't tolerate it, honestly. Like, I can't, it's, you know, like that Must Love Dogs. I don't even think I've seen the movie, but you could guess what it's about. It's like must love birds. Like, I mean, these are my birds. Like, I committed to them. So if I have birds and you come into the picture and you don't like the birds, then it's really not going to work. I think my sister feels the same about dogs. So, yeah, or animals in general. Like, I think, like, an adult should not get jealous of an animal. They should be like, okay, this is the pet. And, you know, if anything, you could get them their own bird. I think that always works. Like, hey, here's the bird that's bonded to you. But I really know how to integrate the person with the bird. Do your birds ever bite you while kissing? Oh, yes, honey. I've got bitten by Vinny. I have a video. Vinny was pissed because I was working a lot. I had, I did a film and I was gone for like 10 days, but I was coming home every night and spending all night with them and like literally not sleeping as much just so I could be with the birds. And of course, people were home with the birds too, but they wanted to see me. And Vinny doesn't really tolerate as many people as me. So I kissed him. I'm like, are you excited to see mommy gave me a kiss, and then he bit me. So yeah, why am I getting skipped? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Satanism is cancer. I didn't see. Sometimes it takes me long to answer a question, but let me know. I don't know what I missed, but message me again and I will find it. I'm going to pay attention. R. Welch, what do you think of dogs? I love them. Before, when I was setting up the live chat, I sat here with my dog. I have 2 dogs, and really one is like, they were both supposed to be my sisters, but then one is mine, but then like she moved out and she took them both, and then I was like, no, I need one back, so I took the little one. So I love my dogs. My dog sleeps in my room. I love them so much. Oh, Andrew, he is a conure. Now I forgot what you asked me about him. What did you ask me, Andrew? Tell me what you asked me. Sometimes, guys, it helps if you like repeat the whole thing because I remember, but then I don't remember everything. Can you tell your birds I said hi? Daniel. Okay, yes. Picasso, Daniel says hi. Okay. And Cody, I want to tell you something. Cody's all mad. Cody, Daniel says hi. Don't you? Samantha, can conures talk? Yeah, they can talk. You know what? In my experience, ringnecks talk a little bit better. I always see talking ringnecks, and I don't really see many talking conures, but they can definitely talk. Insanely Kyle, I got my parakeet yesterday. How long should I wait to train him? Right away. Just get moving. Don't let that bird know that there's any chance of him being locked in a cage. You saw like the CODY files where I got CODY and like started taming him right away. I don't even waste any time. I really want a bird. Gracie says, I don't know which one is right for beginners. Check out conures, check out cockatiels. A small conure, like a green cheek conure, is great. You can investigate a ringneck, but I think they're a little more feisty in the beginning. So I would definitely go for a conure. Have you ever had a conure? Yes, I have. I think my sister in her Storytime Sunday, which you guys should watch, of her with Mango, she's talking about our conure Paco. That was my bird for many years, and when I broke up with my boyfriend at the time, he got the conure, and then he came back to my sister a little while later. Okay, Simply Natalie says she wants to see you. Yay! Say hi, Cody. Darfook am I just got 2 budgies, male and female. They know how to step up, but if I take them out of their cage, they always fly back. Don't know why they do that, so can you please tell me? Well, their cage is their place where they feel safe. So anytime you're taming your bird, then you need to when you're taming a bird, you need to get the bird out of any place near their cage. You need to make them forget that even exists. Go take them to your bedroom or wherever you can that there's no cage to tame them. Oh, Andrew, the bird is attacking everyone. Well, conures can be very territorial over you. He might be completely in love with you, and which I suspect. And maybe he's not very socialized with other people. So the best way to get him to stop doing that is to have one person that's not scared of birds and maybe really good with birds. You know, handle him, and somebody that's not afraid if he's going to bite, so that he can go back and forth and begin taming again with the step-up game from beginning to end. So like step to you, step to me, step to you, step to me. My first bird ever, Jennifer, was a sun conure, aka Peaches. Love it. Gracie, does it hurt when they bite? Yes, it depends on what bird. The bigger the bird, the more it hurts, and the longer they hold on, the more it hurts, and some spots that they bite hurt more than other spots. My ringneck talks and kisses all the time. My Jen Day conure whispers when he talks. Oh my god, that's so cute. Picasso, isn't that the cutest? How do you know if birds want to have baby? Well, Daniel, there's the hormonal season. If you check out my video on hormones and birds, then I think it was a live chat actually, then there's a lot of information there on knowing it. Basically, hormonal behavior is them wanting to procreate. Our Welch conures are really friendly. Natalie, can you put 2 birds in a cage if it's really huge? Only if they get along. Like Picasso and Jersey, they can sleep together sometimes, but still, like if Jersey gets moody and she wants to pull Picasso's tail, then, you know, I'm going to make sure to separate them. It's really best for them to have their own space. Insanely Kyle, my female parakeet is frustrated and scared. What should I do? Well, remember, it's breeding season. You want to be really careful that she's not in that nesting phase, so don't encourage hormonal behaviors with nesting. I would say watch my chat on the hormonal behaviors of a parrot because I think that will help you very much. Ty Wolf, is it okay to get a cockatiel with a dog and 2 cats? The dog is a big German Shepherd, but he's very nice, but stupid. And cats are both girls. One is very old and the other is very fat. Listen, it's all okay. It just depends on how you handle it. There are people with so many pets. It's just how good are you at knowing the bird's behavior. So you got to know the bird's behavior or the dog's behavior and make sure everything is safe. And of course, number one thing, watch over the bird because the bird's the most vulnerable. Andrew, thank you for the advice. My son's Quaker is pretty territorial and loves only my son. Yeah, especially around these times too. Picasso Gracie is a mustache parakeet. It's kind of like a subspecies of the Indian ringnecks. There's also plumhead parakeets. There's a lot of different parakeets. Like that look like ringnecks and but are different colorings. Samantha, what do conures like to eat? It depends on your bird. Believe it or not, they have their own tastes and their own preferences. You want to make sure that you give them a lot of fruits and vegetables, more vegetables than fruits, and try different things and see what they like. Like, for example, the birds that love bananas, but then some wild birds won't go near them. Do your birds play with dogs? Sunny, every so often. Jersey and Jersey and my dog will put their noses together and just look at each other, and then Picasso will like try to play with Harry's hair. Hi, I love your story. Hugs from Minnesota. Thank you, JKL. When's breeding season? It's actually right now. It starts around spring. Daniel, how do you know when birds are sick? This is really important. They'll start, their wings will, they'll move them far apart. They'll hang their head down. They'll stop talking. Different behavior. They'll be really tired. These are all things that you want to be really careful of. My sister told me that one of her female sun conures had eggs, so there were 3, and I'm going to take 2 now, so I'll have 4 sun conures. Yeah, I guess as long as they're fertile and you guys know how to incubate them, then you could totally do that. Have you ever had a brown-capped parrot? No, I have not. Rose. Chris Green, Marlene, you are a perfect sweetie. Thank you so much, Chris. Tvi, you're a great help. I hope to catch one of your live videos, another one. Thank you so much. Jennifer, my computer froze and stopped the video, but you're back. Margot, what is the best first bird you recommend? So I do have a video on this, but just so you guys know, I always say cockatiels and conures. I think those are my favorite first birds, and there are a lot of other first birds, but they're more easily accessible in bird stores and pet stores and breeders too. So that's another reason why I recommend them. So Dafuk MI. So I don't have a nest box, but I heard that birds will still lay eggs without one. Is that true? Yeah, they really could. They can find all sorts of things that motivate them to lay an egg. But of course, you want to make sure that the bird has a partner. Otherwise, your bird will lay dud eggs. But if you want them to breed, you really do have to look into breeding and educate yourself on breeding. And you probably will need a box and rain and certain weather and things like that. It's not the easiest thing, but I think smaller birds are easier to breed than other birds. Nellie, my cockatiel Marshall loves Cody and Vinny. I just took him out because he heard your voice. Oh my God, I love Marshall. Say hi to Marshall. What a cute name. I love those sturdy names. Sunny, okay, time to go. Bye, Sunny. Daniel, thank you. How to take care of your newborn birds. Yes. TV is pronounced TV. Oh. TV times 3. TV. Thank you for correcting me on that. So, I guess that's it, guys. I want to let you guys know that, of course, I want to see you all on Parrot Station because then I can see your birds, and I love your birds. And I really hope I helped you guys today. I really enjoy our live chats. Follow me on Instagram because I'm doing story time all day long. I love putting up them. So if you guys love Vinny or Cody or Picasso or Rocky or Jersey and you want to see what it's just like living with them day to day, it might help a lot too with like tips and tricks and what they're busy playing with and what I do with them, feed them, hang with them. That's just more video that you guys can see of them all the day. It's kind of like a private peek into my life with birds. So please follow me at Marlene McCohen on Instagram. Wow, I think the chat stopped and then just started going. Or you're all saying bye now, guys. I love you. And engage, not caged. Remember, if you want me to share your bird, I do my best to do it every day. And I do my best to do a lot a day. Some days I don't get to it, but I see all your birds. I know all your birds. And I love them so much. And I love sharing your birds. Remember, this is more than just an Instagram. Engage, not cage is something something that we're trying to get out to the world. So it's only me, so it's taking me some time, but if you guys follow that Instagram, it would help a lot. And if we share that Instagram and tag people in the cute bird videos, I love seeing your bird videos. And remember, if you're private, I won't see the hashtag. So follow Engage Not Cage, hashtag Engage Not Cage under your bird video. If you're private, you could send it to me privately and I will share your bird video. And also, if you guys have been on Engage Not Cage for a while and I haven't shared your bird like ever, not if I haven't shared that picture, but if I haven't shared your bird, please comment under it and write this one or this bird. It would help me a lot because now there's like 900 tags, and then I could just like see it and be like, oh, this bird hasn't been shared, and that would help me so much because I know some of you put up a lot of pictures and I love that because then I really get to know your bird and I get to choose a picture from your bird. But if there's a lot of green cheek conures on there, it might take me a minute to realize, whoa, I did this green cheek, not that green cheek. So please write under the page this one. I really want to make sure all of your birds are featured because this is our community. And of course on Parrot Station on Facebook, you guys can post anytime you want, and then I will definitely see your birds, and I love it. And this video is a result of Parrot Station today. So thank you guys so much. We love you. We hope to see you on Instagram, and that is it, guys. Bye!